is an enjoyment worth to be lived. Hello, I'm EDDF Toxic. That was the 2-hour track challenge I did on January 17th, 2019. Every week I like to take a couple hours to make a little bit of music. It gives me a chance to experiment with styles that I don't normally work with, or something that I wouldn't normally do in a bigger project. And it also forces me to call a song complete, and also just work with the restrictions of a time limit, which helps push creativity. And then a couple of weeks later, I'd like to do the stream where I look back on how I made the song and make sure I have a title for it. And then I can prepare the video to be pushed to YouTube for Saturday. So this song here, my webcam's a little bit higher, so let me just adjust that. This song here, the inspiration was just a bunch of random things that happened over the week. I think the first one, this was probably on Monday, was in Hamnisu's Discord. There was I better not forget to turn this on again. There was a conversation, and the joke came up where he said this line: Adventure is an enjoyment worth to be lived. And I made a joke that I'm going to throw that in a 2-hour track challenge. And so there it is. I threw it in. But where I really started this, I started this track by working on the drum pattern. And this was actually something that my boss, while I was busy working on Wednesday, I think it was, out of nowhere, he just told me, needs more cowbell, I fear. And I don't know why he said that all of a sudden, but I decided I'd use some cowbell in my song. So I can't remember how I found this intro rhythm. But I do know that for a lot of these, I did turn up the dial for how much cowbell belongs. Oh yeah, there it is. How much cowbell belongs in each of these sections, because I found most of these with the search feature in Easy Drummer. So they're basic patterns. It's just that I adjusted them to have more cowbell and such. And actually, one of these, I think it was this one here, I was listening back to the beat, and I actually said needs more cowbell as I was pushing this dial up. It kind of made me laugh while I was doing that. But another thing that I think of when I think cowbell is the 808 drum kit. It has this really ridiculous cowbell sound. Where would the cowbell be? Cowbell. There you are. I have always found that sound ridiculous. That's supposed to be a cowbell. That does not sound like a cowbell to me. But I also wanted to include that sound in here as well, because it's kind of what, in a way, that's part of what I thought of when I think cowbell. So what I actually did here was I took this drum pattern that I made in Easy Drummer. I was quite happy with this. I just selected all of this and dragged it into a new drum track that had the 808 kit on it. And of course, that didn't line up properly because Easy Drummer has its own placement for all these notes. So I had to go in and manually figure out, this line is the cowbell, and then I put a cowbell on that note. All these are closed hi-hats. It's one thing I didn't notice, didn't really think about, but it seems that Easy Drummer has quite a few different notes for the hi-hat, depending on like how you hit it, I guess. So I think this all mapped out fairly accurately. Being on a time limit and trying to analyze an entire drum mapping, that was quite something. I also just noticed just now that one never got anything. I wonder what that is. That's interesting. Where would that be? It's probably another hi-hat. That's my guess. What's that rhythm look like? I don't know what that is. Somewhere near the end. Oh, yeah. How do I Easy Drummer right now? So it'd be somewhere in here. I think I see it. I just don't know what that is. Oh, it's this symbol. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I should have put a ride symbol on this note, but instead it's just silence. Whoops. Anyways, and then at the end after, oh yeah, I'll just show this here. So what I did with that is, come on. I put the 808 version of that directly at the end of the Easy Drummer version of that drum rhythm. So this is 27. This is right where this ends. And then it goes straight into the 808 stuff.
Adventure is an enjoyment.
So there's that, and there's that. Which is the same rhythm, just different drum kit. And then after the 808 part is done, then there's a little bit of an ending, which I decided to throw into Easy Drummer instead. Which is, again, it's very reliant on cowbell. Which actually, I think I'd use the search. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it was that. Actually, that was the intro. Oh, right, because if you search by power hand cowbell, then you get that. That makes sense. See, I do these things a couple weeks. I did this a couple weeks ago, so I can't quite remember everything that I did. And that's part of what's interesting about this is like I forget and then I look back and remember these things. Yeah, so that looks like probably that ending, and then yeah, I turned up the cowbell a little bit to give it a little bit more. You can see it changing on the bottom here. And then I don't know what that is. Oh, I turned down the cowbell. Interesting. Anyways, that should be good for the drums. I'm done talking about drums now. Bass took a lot of lead in this song. As you can see, it's really the only thing that's here for a while other than the drums. So I threw this through a Song 3 bass, which is for the amp, and that one's I find that one really neat for really bringing out the bass, making it sound more interesting than just a boring bass line. It's more interesting than just filling up the bass section of the frequency scale. And I also played this with my pick, my thicker pick even, because I like the edge that I wanted it to have a little bit of an edgy sound, and the pick really helped with that. Like it really sounds like really sounded quite a bit softer when I was playing with my fingers. And this also uses the precision pickups only because I do have a PJ bass. And I think what I did with this was I kind of planned the whole thing out here in this section, in the second part. How I was gonna move where my fingers were gonna go when I'm playing this. Got a basic idea, then I went back to the beginning and recorded the whole thing all in one take. It's a little bit sloppy at points. I didn't feel like fixing it. I just accepted my mistakes. So I kind of cut the lower end quite a bit there. But of course, being a bass, it is quite a bit of low stuff, so I did end up putting a pad here just to help make it a little bit brighter. And the point in the song that comes in, I think, really makes it sound like it's getting happier. But I don't know that I'm crazy over the first part without the high stuff. But I also like how the high stuff comes in later. This pad, by the way, is from Hybrid. It's Epic pad. I don't remember if I had made any adjustments to this. I might have adjusted the attack on the amplifier. That's that. But I don't quite remember. And then, of course, the Hamnesia quote here, which I already showed off.
Adventure.
I wanted to put it in somewhere, and I realized that when the drum kit basically goes back into an intro, like this is basically the intro of the song, but it kind of made a neat transition, seeing as it switched out the drum kit and also threw in this
Adventure
vocal line in there.
is an enjoyment worth to be lived.
I think it made a cool transition. And then whistling, because I kind of wanted to whistle in a song for a while, and I don't know, I figured I'd do it in this one. I don't have the greatest range when it comes to whistling. I do tend to fall apart around at some point, and this was all improv in one take. Let's see here. Yeah, that just completely fell apart. I just accepted it. Figured I'd do that since I had the mic out for this anyway. Let me take a drink of water. I don't think I did much automation on this one. A little bit of EQ automation here, I guess. Oh, not there. Oh, you know what this was? I remember this now. At one point when I was playing the bass,
Is an enjoyment.
because I did this bass line all in one take, and for the most part, I liked it, except right at this point, I kind of missed one of the frets, and it made this really annoying noise. So EQ5 is right here. It just tears out that little tiny slice of a frequency. Let me turn that off and solo the bass here. Come on. How do I use this program? I didn't really like that noise, so I EQ'd it out, which worked, except for the part that it you could really see the spike there. But I didn't want those frequencies to be gone for the whole baseline, so I just turned it on and then back off again once that sound was done being annoying. If there was more going on that track, that probably wouldn't have worked so well. But since it's just a single note and then basically a rest, then it worked fine. Not much else in the mixer. This is basically just a fade out. I let the bass line ring out as long as it wanted to. Let the drums go a little bit crazy. And I was getting a good hold on that note, I guess, so I just let it play. And I set the track volume to fade so that it doesn't just suddenly cut, because I think there was still a little bit ringing out at the end. I didn't want the ending to last forever on a ring out, because that's a little bit ridiculous. Like, start the next song that you're in the playlist already. Anyways, so that's about all that went into making of that. Well, I guess that's not all of it. I didn't go through everything down here. I guess I sidechained the pad apparently to make it fit a little bit better. So that means the bass kind of cuts out to let the pad in. You can hear it kind of quieting there, I think. A little bit. It was just this subtle little thing that kind of helped the pad fit in the mix, with the bass going so heavy like that. Yeah. So I need a title for this, and I don't have any other ideas. I think I'm just going to name it this.
Adventure is an enjoyment worth to be lived.
This, by the way, it was a, I think it was, the joke was something about, I'd said that, life is an adventure worth enjoying, or something like that. And then I said something about the opposite of that, which, I mean, I meant not enjoying life. And Hamney said that line, and the syntax is a little bit off just because he is Swedish and English is his second language. That tends to happen. It's the kind of thing you get used to when you chat with him all the time. Anyways, stop rambling about that. I can't do that. I'll just throw it in as the title. Actually, you know what? Enjoyment worth to be lived. Let's just name it that instead of the full line. That sounds more like a title to me. 17. An enjoyment worth to be lived. There you go. Export that to January 17th. Boom. Save again because the export path changed. Let me play this one more time. And let me just put together this video real quick here. And see, the drums kind of change at that point too. I think that it went to what the drummer is calling the pre-chorus. Let's put the right date here. This is the date of the challenge, not today's date. 117.
Adventure is an enjoyment. Worth to
And
be
let me run
lived.
that script. Cool. It is running. I'm gonna switch up category of Twitch here. Art. Just because I'm going to move on from music at this point. There's something that I've been wanting to do for the past little while. And I don't know that I need my tablet for it. But I did consider that. I pushed the update button. I did now. I should try to Twitch here. Insane. Whoop, that's not open Blender. Stop. Insane ending is what I was going to say. I'm going to hang this up. Plug in my speaker because I don't want to have to hold have earbuds in all the time. It's kind of annoying to me. I wanted to do some work with, let me find it, these things. So these are the kind of things that I have. There it is. I don't need my own stream. Wow, that delay is not too bad. Down here, these kind of things. Oh, I need to update this as well. Actually, maybe I'll do that real quick first. But what I want to do with these is I want to make another version of them where instead of showing the name of the service, it shows like sort of a link to it. Because I want to put those. You are done. I want to put those. Let me just find. Oh, not that. On things like. Well, now I fucking did it. The title bar is off screen and I can't drag it. Come here. There we go. This thing's here for when I end my stream, and even when I start my stream, and when I go AFK. I want to put the profile buttons here as well, but with more of a link to it. That way, if somebody's not looking down below, they might still see it as a stream is ending. Because I don't normally shout out that I have Twitter that I usually ignore, and have a Discord server and things like that. It also kind of takes the place of this clock in this screen. I never use that one. So yeah, rather than having that empty space, have something that takes that serves the same purpose on the side of the screen, I guess, as this clock. So I'm just blabbering. I already did this with Discord on my own time at one point. And the way I did this is, so here's what I used to have is Twitter with with the icon and the name all in one layer. And what I'll be doing now is I have the logo, the name, and the ID all in different layers. So if I wanted to export the button to put down below my stream, I can do that. If I want to export the link to put on screen, I can do that. Or I don't know that you'd really call that a link, but it's something a bit more specific when you can't specifically click on it. So I just need to do that with Twitter now. And then Twitch. I'll do it for everything here. Well, most things here. No, I'll just do it for Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, even though the Twitch one won't actually be on screen, just so that I have it for the sake of using it. You know, for completion's sake. So, let me see here. I'll start by adding logo. I don't know what the most effective way of doing this would be. Logo, name. Let's name this name 1 and logo 1 because I already have a layer named name and logo. And ID. That's kind of annoying actually, because it will let me rename it to ID and name and logo. And it makes sense why it's doing that. I don't want to put that in the category yet. Unlock the Twitter layer. Layer, move selection to layer name. Move selection to layer logo. Because yeah, there is already a layer named name. It's just that it's inside. It's a subcategory of the Discord layer. Logo, name, and ID. Is it the same order? Yes. So now if I hide name, that goes away. If I hide logo, that goes away. And actually, I'm going to delete the ID layer. And I'm going to duplicate the name layer instead. And rename it to ID, which it lets me, because it's a rename. So now I have ID and name, which are both the same right now, but I'll unlock the ID and... Oh shoot, are you serious? Yeah, shrink the font a little bit. What? What? That makes no sense. That was 30. And 28 was not that much smaller. Or at least it shouldn't be. There you go. Move that down a little bit, center it a bit more. Cool. So I will lock that. Lock the whole Twitter layer. And then I will do the same with Twitch. After I take a drink of water, that is. So hide Twitter, show Twitch. I actually don't use this anywhere at this point. I will later. So name, add logo. How did you get there? And then I will take that, move it to layer logo 1, move that to layer name 1. Then I'll put those inside the Twitch layer. Rename them to get rid of that one. And then I will duplicate name. Freaking at the disco club. I don't know why that's going through my head. Hide name, unlock ID. Wow, that fits like perfectly. That's amazing. That app symbol was just a little bit too large. Yeah, so there's name, there's ID. I'll keep it at name for now, even though I'll be exporting with ID. Lock Twitch. I'm not going to do that one for now. YouTube I will do though. So add layer name, add layer logo, move things to the proper layer, move selection to name 1, move selection to logo 1, put them into the YouTube category, in the wrong order again. I'm just trying to keep things consistent there. Name. Cool, so now that should, yeah, that's right. So I will duplicate name, oh Jesus. Rename it to ID. Hide name, unlock ID. And I'll put the link, it looks like that. So if you don't go to youtube.com/ADDFtalks without the underscore or anything, that gets to me. Yeah. I don't think I did anything here. Yeah, I don't have the logo for that. I didn't, I was going to put it, but I couldn't find a proper brand resources package like I could with Discord, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So I just leave it. I never even used it because honestly I don't. My eventual plan is to have a more central repository for my music, whether it's only on Jamendo, whether it's only on other services. I want a central location, so I don't want to link directly to my Jamendo. I'd rather link to the central location instead. But this layer was already started by the time I made that decision. Cool. So I think I will export these then. And I don't know how I'm gonna put these. I think I will create a new folder, name, ID. So the ones with a name will all go in the name folder, and the ones with the ID will also all go in the ID folder. So ID, Discord, hide that, show Twitter in ID mode. Twitter, go. Twitch in ID mode. Cool. Website I won't do yet. YouTube in ID mode. You noom. And that one's the last one, so I'll close that panel when it's complete. And then let me just. Oh, you know what? I should actually separate this right now anyway. Maybe I'll actually even do that for the Jamendo. Anyways. So name, logo, and I'm just like blanking on what I'm doing here. So logo, move selection to layer, logo. That way I don't have to do at least this part later. Layer, move selection to layer, name one. Put those in the folder. Rename them to get rid of the one. Rename it to get rid of the one, and then I will duplicate duplicate this layer, the name layer that is. Oh geez, I just put name copy inside of name, and that's not what I want to do. Quit closing the fucking thing. Rename that to ID. Hide the name. And I'll just put here address, just as a placeholder. So with the name, with the address, cool. And I will make the thing proper later. Just trying to leave everything with name. Before I save and close the file. Just because. I'll just leave that one on, I guess. So I don't need to export right now, but I save the file. Let's see, I have 5 with a name and 4 with an ID. That does add up. Now, before I forget again, I want to do a quick update on my schedule. So I will open that. Stream schedule. The F is that? Stream schedule. That folder's organized really weird. I would normally organize things better than that. I don't know what that is. So regular schedule, that's all the same. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. That is correct. That is this stream. This one here is the one I want to change. So this Saturday evenings for gaming and creative work. I'm actually doing this on Saturday afternoons now. Are you for cereal right now? Saturday afternoon. Crap. Should I just do that? But then I'd have to like do this to keep consistency. I could, I don't necessarily need a, or, Tuesdays 7 p.m. Let's do Saturdays 1 p.m. because that's actually when I usually start. And this is sort of just an approximation, so it's all right. I actually have plans for also a system to kind of hone in more on when I actually plan to stream. But that's again in the future. It's an ongoing project. It's as much as I want to use it, it's not quite ready. So I will quickly export that. That was in June that I made that. That's amazing. 2019-01-29. The page. Close when complete. Close that. I'm just going to upload that real quick. If I can figure out how. Oh, give you a hint. It's not in settings. So I guess I can do this then. Edit panels. The fuck is all this? Go away. I know what that is. I don't need it. It wants me to drag. I'm fine with that, but 129, go. The whole thing, you dipshit. I made it specific for you. Submit. Cool. Saturdays 1 p.m. Tuesday 7 p.m. Excellent. I like that. Actually, I'll just close that tab. I don't know why I need it open. Despite the look in on my face there, that is water, not vodka. Don't worry. Yeah. So now that detour aside, let's get on with why I just did those other things. Stream source. Okay, what the fuck is this? I forgot about this. Yeah, I don't use that. I think I put that there for like when I it's like maybe if I need to put something private on screen, or if I need to open up something private and I don't want it to show up on stream, then I use that, but I don't use it. I never liked it, so I just saved it for the sake of it, but yeah, I don't use it. So unfortunately these are all different these are all different files, so it's gonna be a little bit tricky because I can't really. Why did I make them separate files? They're so similar. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna consolidate them. Just make my life easier. Stream. Archive. So I'm going to save this as what should I call this layout? Full layout. Just call it that. Other things I have in this folder are see, like the done screen, the no peeking thing, obviously, which actually I'll throw that in my archive folder, and the webcam frame, which is, I can't see this thing right here. It's a separate image, but these are so similar that this should be the same image. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've saved it as full layout. I will move the separate project files into what is this one? That is different because that is center. I don't know that I actually use that one anyway. So yeah, I'll just throw that in the archive as well. Done is the same layout. Full layout is the new file. Offline is a different layout. Soon is the same layout. So now I have three SVG files, Inkscape project, Inkscape files here. That would be a little bit easier to maintain for when I need to do a change like this. Because like the difference between that and that is that says next and stream is finished. That says today and be right back. Or starting soon. Again with the today here. Everything else is basically the same. And there's also the one with the clock here. But that's off somewhere else just for organizational reasons. So, stop rambling. Oh yeah, I got the sample test there. which is hidden because I actually don't use that. I don't export that. I put that on afterwards during the stream. Backing today, which is that. FK, which is down there. So maybe I'll sort these. Top right. Put that in there. And I will duplicate this layer. Call it next, because that's the other image that I have. Like this. Somewhere like that. And then hide the today, unlock the next, make this actually say next. Cool. So again, now I can either say today or next, depending on which image I'm trying to export. I'll create a layer, or a layer group, but it's essentially a layer. Bottom right. Put the put the AFK in there. Actually, rename that to day. Rename that to status. That way the layer names don't necessarily reflect the current UI. It more reflects what is contained in there. Duplicate that again. So I need one for soon. And I need one for done. So I will hide soon, hide done, AFK is unlocked. Wait, nope. Hide AFK, show soon, unlock soon. Starting soon. Oh, shoot. Why is this not right align? Can't I right align it? Wouldn't that be logical? Oh, I don't think it worked because fucking flowing text and bullshit. So now that's essentially that. Maybe a little bit more over. Unlock done and show done. What did I make that one say? Stream is finished. And just another, by the way, right now I have the chat text here. I do also have plans to make cool things in there too, but it's you know, under development again. So stream is finished. Fuck it, capital I. That makes no sense, but fuck it. So that would show up with that. Yeah. So I will lock those. And now I want to create another layer called profiles. And inside there, I'll have Discord as a sublayer. Twitter as a sublayer. YouTube as a sublayer. Oh my god, why I just put Twitter as a sublayer of Discord because I wasn't paying attention to where I was. And then YouTube as a sublayer of Twitter. That was not my intention. So, Discord, drag this in. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to embed. That will go there. Oh, actually, let's keep that showing. Twitter, unlock that, drop that in. That looks fucking great. Oh, it's hidden. Everything's hidden. So there's clearly not enough room here. But I'll figure something out. Unlock YouTube. I'm locking everything as I go just to make sure I don't drop anything into the wrong layer, because that has happened before. It's vector, which isn't too bad, but you know, still, it's annoying. But now I'll unlock everything so I can drag things properly. So why are next and today both showing right now? Oh, fuck. Wait, no, that's right. Just getting picky over the ordering of my layers. Even though they're the same thing. Soon should go before done. And AFK should go after soon. So soon, AFK done. I just like those being in the order that I'd that they'd be used, just for nitpicky reasons. It doesn't actually matter because only one shows at a time, but you know, nitpicky reasons. So how should I do this? Personally, I'm thinking of shrinking them down a little bit, make it all in a little column. What is the longest status I have? That would be stream is finished. So clearly I can't put something there. It would work on the first two, but not that one. But I will try this. Why the fuck are you in millimeters? Pixels. Let's do like a... Let's be mathematical about this. What's the height of that? About 800. That is a massive fucking calculator. Yes, I know, I swear ridiculously. It's why I have my stream set to mature. So 800 divided by 3. So that would be sort of the approximate size. Undo that so that it's not stretched and then unstretched. I don't think it would work like that anyway, but you know. 266, so height of 250, let's say, for each of these. And I have this on so that it will adjust the width to keep the proper aspect ratio. 250, 250. That puts those all in a nice little tower. And then visually add some nice spacing to it. I'm not going to go overboard measuring that. And they all seem to line up on the left side, but I wonder if I could raise selection to top. No. Actually, you know what I need is the X value here. So 45. Now let's do... How the fuck did you become 15? 45, did I not say? Set them all to 45. This should all be the same distance from the edge because they're all using the same backing in the original project. So theoretically that should make it work perfect. And I like that. That actually looks really nice. So now I got to export this to... this is done. Yep, that's caps lock. Stream. Done. Oh, no, let's not close yet. Not a directory. I moved things since I exported these. Done. .png. Yes, replace it because that is. I don't have any other way to describe this other than it's being replaced. Let's lock the profiles. AFK needs the today. AFK export replace soon needs also today. Replace. Excellent. And then I can save that. So now I have that, which I don't use, that, and that, and that. And I didn't need to copy and paste this and make sure it's all the same location and everything, because that would be a real pain. I try to avoid that whenever I can. It's like making functions in a program. So let's see how this works just like this. Let me go to AFK just to test. Apparently not so well. Let's see. That refreshed it. So clearly the chat is a little bit far left, because if I wasn't a loner, that's getting covered up, and that's not what I want. So I will just adjust that. Chat full unlock. Move over, move over. Jeez, can you move over any slower? Oh my gosh. There we go. See if that's just eyeballing it as far as center goes. Adjust that on soon as well. Cap chat full. Whoops, let's keep it showing. Cool. And then the done screen. Oh, you need to reload your image. Unlock you. Cool. I think that looks really nice, actually. Like, surprisingly nice. I can already see there that's just different. Quite a bit different, in fact. Now it's too far left. Come on. There we go. Just a tiny little bit more. Looks good to me. I also have a red frame around one of them, so that might be throwing off my perception. Like, it might be a pixel off, but fuck it. It's better than it was. That is not good. That's a little bit higher, and to the left. That should do. Cap chat full. Cool. I do have, yeah, I do. Okay, I just didn't see the audio in the listing here. Cool. So, oh my gosh, that looks so nice. I really like those icons. They're different, but they're just, I don't know, I just like them. Yeah, I am not gonna look at what's going on in Discord right now. I will rearrange that though. I should, since I've been using this as my primary computer more often, I'm gonna pin those. Yeah, because I used to have nothing pinned on my taskbar on this computer, just because it's I used to use this computer just for gaming. Well, when I say this computer, that's actually my desktop, my It was my original desktop, but then I started video editing, and I started making music. Um, and that all went on to my desktop. I replaced the desktop now, um, so that's why I say this computer. But yeah, I've been using this more as my main computer for home stuff. I do also have the laptop, which technically that laptop is the company's laptop because I work from home. So is this one. Uh, but for the longest time, the laptop was my primary computer, and that's my old laptop that's actually mine. But then that laptop kind of took the place of that of my old laptop. Um, and recently, I've just been finding that I want to use my desktop as my primary computer instead of my laptop. So yeah, now I have Chrome pinned here because I'm always in Chrome checking things. I didn't even have Chrome on this computer for the longest time because I'd go over to my laptop to browse. Um, so, I'm thinking I'm going to end the stream off right away here. I just want to test one more thing though. And it actually has to do with streaming. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, it's over here. Do I get... No, I do not. Okay. I just wanted to see if I had my Twitch thumbnails yet. Because uh, I, right after I stream all the time, I go and make a thumbnail for the archive that I put up on YouTube. So I have this file here, Livestream archive. It's the same sort of thing again, where I have one file that kind of deals with multiple different images depending on what I said and what I don't. So I'll do that, and this is what Premiere for January 17th, 2019. That's the name of the stream. And then since this is a 2-hour track challenge premiere, I enable that later. And then I delete this image and I take one of the default thumbnails from Twitch and drop it in its place. And just to give it a little bit more variation. And I was thinking maybe I should start doing that as I'm closing out the stream, but clearly that's not happening because the thumbnails aren't available yet. I thought they were, but they're not. But I am actually going to end the stream off at this point. So thanks for watching. I'll see you around. And have a good life.